No. All right, is this on? Can you hear me? Hold on. Is this on? We good? No? Oh, yay. All right, we good? Hello, San Antonio. It's good to be back in Texas. Thank you, Haley. Great job. We love student leaders. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Mayor Nuremberg. We have gotten to know each other really well over these years. As he mentioned, I was here in the 2020 campaign, and your mayor keeps coming back to D.C. when he's not here and when he's doing the work for you. So he's not only doing it in front of the camera, he's advocating for this community always. So, Mayor, thank you. Congressman Kassar, where are you? Good to see you again. Thank you for all you do. Let's send him back. Thank you. And Congressman Castro, Secretary Castro, I just got to see you guys back there. Thanks for all you do. It's great to be here. All right. It is good to be here. I am really excited about Texas. Are you? Are we going to send Colin Allred to the United States Senate? And are we going to send my wife, Kamala Harris, to the White House? All right. We're going to take this enthusiasm for the next 43 days. That's all we have. 43 days to save our country because we love our country. We are patriots. And that's why we are here, and that's why we are here today in Texas. So let's talk about voting, shall we? Trump still can't get over losing 2020, can he? He's still lying about the 2020 election. He lost and he can't get over it. He still can't get over it. But we all know the 2020 election was won by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, fair and square. They went to court 60 plus times, lost every time. Because it's a lie. They had no case. Trust me, I was a pretty good lawyer in my day. Even Bill Barr agreed that Trump lost. Yet, Trump continues to push this big lie that he won 2020, and it's infecting our democratic process. It's like a cancer. It's like a poison. We're going to do that at the ballot box. We do that at the ballot box. He continues to press the big lie. Look what it's done to our country. It led to an insurrection on January 6th. That happened. We cannot forget that that happened on January 6th. And then look what has happened since under the guise of voter protection. That was the most free and fair election I think we've had. And because of that big lie, through states like Texas and Georgia and elsewhere, under the guise of election integrity, they have made it harder to vote. They have thrown up barriers to vote. And they're already trying to sow distrust in the 2024 election. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Because they know they can't win on their record. They know they have no ideas that are going to move the country forward instead of keeping us back. That's why they're doing it. Because they know the only way they're going to win is fewer people vote with all these barriers that they're throwing up there. So that's what they're trying to do here in Texas. That's why they're trying to do in a lot of these battleground states. It shows how cynical they are, and it just reveals who they are as people. That's not leadership. That is not leadership. So we know what Trump's doing right now, not just for the next 43 days, but also what he's going to try to do after Kamala and Tim win this election. We're not going to let him do it. We are not going to let him do it. We are committed to voting rights. People died for the right to vote in this country. We cannot let that be in vain. We love our country. We love our Constitution. We love our system. And it all starts with voting. Voting. And accepting it when you lose. Our campaign is ready. We're ready to defend your right to vote, and we're ready to protect the win once we win. We have an army of lawyers and an army of people ready to defend this election because we know what they're trying to do. We're not going to let them do it. We're going to fight, and when we fight, we win and change lives. I like what he said, too. Texas, unfortunately, has been ground zero for unchecked MAGA power grab. So people around the country, what they've done here shows what could happen around the country if Trump wins this election. Total abortion ban, even when the woman's life is at risk. And we've seen those stories. John and Amanda Zarowski from Texas and other women from here and other states with near abortion bans, with no exceptions, including criminalizing doctors. This is what Trump's abortion bans have done. Make no mistake, they try to, get out of it. Donald Trump ran in 2016 and said women should be punished for seeking an abortion. It's on video. He said it. He said he was going to appoint Supreme Court justices to overturn Roe v. Wade, and he did just that. Then his, what's this guy's name again? J.D. Vance, right? The little sidekick. I mean, this guy, the misogyny, to say to somebody, no abortions ever, including for rape and incest, after a crime has been committed to somebody's body. His view and the view of them if they win, it's all in Project 2025, is that victim of a crime would then have no agency on what happens next. It's immoral, it's wrong, and we've got to prevent it. Voter suppression. Voter suppression right here. Climate denialism right here. All while ignoring the gun violence epidemic, which you know too well here in Texas. Never taking action, just the empty thoughts and prayers each and every time. And it's never time to take action, ever. It's just gut-wrenching. And we cannot accept that as a fact of life, here or anywhere. So right here in Texas, you have the power. There's an election coming up right here in Texas. You have the power to change all that. You can change it here in Texas, and you can change it around the country. Make your voices heard up and down the ballots. Get more Democrats in office here in Texas. Elect a new United States Senator and get Kamala Harris in the White House. Now, I like this mic. I can walk around a little bit. Let me brag about my wife a little bit. It's only been two months and a couple of days. 2 months and a couple of days since President Biden decided to not seek re-election. This was an unprecedented situation. Something that's never really happened before may not happen again. And we needed a leader to step up. We needed somebody to step into the breach, somebody to take this on, and that person happened to be my wife, Kamala Harris. And that first event in Wilmington, the first event, it was literally the next day. She got in front of the country, and she promised 4 things. She said, 1, I am going to earn this nomination. Check. She said 2, I'm going to unite the Democratic Party. Check. And she said 3, I'm going to unite the country. We're getting there. And 4, once we all get behind her, she said she's going to be the next president of the United States. So we got 43 days to make all 4 things true and finish the job. We got to finish the job. Finish the job. My wife, she is what I love to say is a joyful warrior. Now, you've seen it on the trail. You saw her incredible convention speech. That was pretty good. Pressure was on, high expectations. She crushed it. You've seen the tens of thousands of actual real people showing up at her rallies. You've seen the optimism. You've seen her with Oprah. You have seen her laughing. It's okay to laugh. I love her laugh. So you've seen that sense of joy, that sense of community, that sense of optimism that we all love. But we've also seen the warrior part. Now, remember at one of her big rallies where, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, they're all just throwing all kinds of stuff at her. I see some kids in the room, so I won't say what it is. But you know what I'm talking about. And you know what she said to him? She challenged him. She said, hey, man, you got something to say? Well, he had a chance at the debate. He was literally 5 feet from her. 5 feet from her. This was after he had that, she came right up to him, remember? I'm Kamala Harris. And this guy was like, But he had his chance. He was right there. You could finally say it to her face. You could finally do it. He couldn't even look her in the eye. He could not even look her in the eye once. But she had no such problem. She had no such problem. She looked him right in the eye, pointed at him, and said, "You are a disgrace." She looked him right in the eye, pointed at him, and said, "The world is laughing at you." That's the warrior part. That's the kind of leader she is. You get that great combination of being tough and strong and fearless, but also she's positive. She's got empathy. She's really smart. And she's really experienced. She has spent her whole life getting ready for this. And she is ready to lead on day one. She's a leader who's going to stand with you. She's going to stand with the families of this country. She's going to stand shoulder to shoulder with our allies on the world stage. And you know what? She smells fear. She can see a coward right in front of her. And she knows how to stand up to cowards. So speaking of the second debate, the one that she has agreed to and the one that he said, I don't think so. Let's see if he has the nerve to show up. Because, cowards, they just seem to run from a fight. Kamala, she never backs down from a fight. She runs to a fight, not away from one. Her whole career has been fighting for us. Fighting for us. Even back when she was a prosecutor. She said this at the debate. She never asked a victim, are you a Republican or are you a Democrat? She just asked, are you okay? Because that's who she is. She will be president for all Americans. Wherever they live, whoever they voted for, but please vote for her. And that's why I love it when we're hearing these USA chants everywhere. Kamala goes, because people want a president that we can be proud of, that we're not embarrassed by, that we're not waiting to see what they say next or how they're going to say it. Somebody that we can believe in and somebody who actually believes in us. Somebody whose toughness is real and not just reality TV. Now, in her tenure as VP, almost these 4 years, sometimes I'd hear "Where's Kamala? What's Kamala been up to? What is she doing?" And I'd take a deep breath, because, well, she's been doing a lot. She's been doing a lot of things that are solving problems that matter to you and the rest of this country. She's dealing with the thorniest national security issues in the Situation Room and thorniest issues in the Oval Office with the president. She has stood up for women's rights after Roe v. Wade fell. She will continue to do that. She started the first ever White House Gun Violence Prevention Office, and they've been doing great work. She has fought and increased capital for small businesses, which are the backbone of our economy. She has addressed the maternal health care crisis, which you know full well here in Texas. And she has been on the front lines of removing dangerous lead pipes from every building in this country. She's represented the United States on the world stage. She doesn't have to learn how to become a world leader. She already is a world leader. She's leading on AI, space exploration, bringing chip manufacturing back to America so that we can own the next generation of technology. We can do it right here in the United States. So the list is a lot longer, but you get the drift. She's done a lot. But the point is that she is ready. She is ready to lead. She is ready to be commander-in-chief of the most lethal fighting force in the world, day one. And this is probably why 741 former high-ranking national security officers, including 15 retired four-star generals and admirals, have endorsed Kamala Harris. Her entire career has been, you see a problem, you solve a problem. And that's exactly how she was raised. You don't complain about it, you do something about it. And that's what she's been doing for all of us. Her only client has been the people, for the people. Donald Trump, it's only about himself. And he's proven that time and time and time again. So this is a binary choice. You can just look at how the candidates are spending their time. So let's do a little week in review, shall we? Okay, let's see. Trump, a few days ago, and this is personal to me as a Jewish person, he showed up to an event that was supposed to be about combating anti-Semitism, and he once again said a bunch of anti-Semitic things at that event. Fanning the flames, scapegoating Jews, maybe one of the oldest tricks in the book, and he rolls it out in a speech fighting anti-Semitism. This language is dangerous. We will not be intimidated by it. He's trying to blame Jews if he loses the election. Guess what? It's not going to work. We're going to live openly and without fear. Meanwhile, what's that guy's name again? Oh yeah, J.D. Vance. He was continuing on this bizarre allegation in Springfield, Ohio, about the pets. It's racist. It's horrible. It's just wrong, and he knows it's wrong. He's admitted. It's been debunked 100%. They still keep doing it. They still keep doing it. That's how low they will go. And this is Ohio. You may not, he is a senator from that state. This is what they are. This is who they are. Kamala will call them out every time. She's going to call out this gaslighting. They know this stuff is false. They know it's dangerous, but they keep lying about it anyway because that's all they have. So let's look at what Kamala's been doing. Let's see. She was in Pennsylvania tackling issues like lowering drug prices, more affordable housing, talking about capping insulin at $35 a month, what the Biden administration has done, and that will continue. We're going to try to expand that beyond seniors. We want to lower medical costs for all Americans, and building 3 million new homes, along with a $25,000 down payment assistance. She went to Detroit to talk with Oprah. I hope you saw that. That was great. But we also heard some horrific stories, especially the story of the family that was victim of gun violence. And Kamala, as a responsible gun owner herself, she has a common sense approach to owning a gun. She's not trying to take your guns away, but things that work. We already know they work, like red flag laws. Taking weapons of war off the street. Universal background checks. All while supporting the Second Amendment. She also talked about boosting the economy and helping families get ahead. Tax cuts for most Americans, not just billionaires and the biggest corporations like what Trump wants to do. $6,000 child tax credit, which is going to help young families. $50,000 tax credit to cover the startup costs for small business. Not just $5,000, which, as she said, Oprah only covers the concept of a business, not a business. And she is committed to helping Latino entrepreneurs start businesses. And she's been doing that in the Biden administration. She will continue to do that in the Harris administration. So this is this opportunity economy that she's talking about. Now, Trump, who, let's see, first president to leave office with fewer jobs than when he started since Hoover, ballooned the deficit to unbelievable levels to give these tax cuts to the billionaires and the biggest corporations. And his main plan are these tariffs, which is basically a Trump sales tax, which is going to make things like $4,000 per family more expensive. And it's not like he knows what he's talking about on the economy anyway. He doesn't. He inherited all this money, went bankrupt numerous times, and has basically failed in just about every single business that he started. Now, people might think he knows what he's doing because of his reality show, which was entertainment. It was an illusion. Don't buy the illusion. He's not a great businessman. He's not great on the economy. Kamala knows the economy, and her economy is going to work for all of you. And that was just like half of her week. Then she went to Atlanta to do an event on, again, to shed light on Trump's abortion bans, which are killing women in this country. And you've seen what's happened here in Texas. You've seen the stories. Maternal mortality rates here in Texas have skyrocketed after the near total ban after the Dobbs decision. More than 1 in 3 American women now live in a state with a Trump abortion ban. I've called it, it's a hellscape. It is a medical crisis. Doctors are leaving the profession. They're looking over their shoulder while they're trying to save their patients. And it's making it harder for women to get basic medical care like pap smears and other things that women need. So it's a healthcare crisis. So women are sick and tired of weak men taking away their fundamental rights and then trying to gaslight you about it and pretending they're there for women. They're not. They're trying to take your rights away. They're trying to make you less than. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Do not let them do it. We are all hustling, every one of us. I even had my daughter came out with me to an event in New York this week. Tim and Gwen are out there. We promise we are going to continue to hustle and work and run through walls and crawl over glass, whatever it takes. We're going to do it. And it's really starting to work. Remember, I said at the beginning she had those 4 things? Well, that third one was unite the country. And you're really seeing that. Look at the big tent that we have. Big tent, from AOC to Dick Cheney big. It's a big tent. We're getting more and more endorsements from Republican officials. People like Liz Cheney, who may not agree with Kamala Harris on every policy issue, but they agree on the most fundamental issue of what makes us Americans, that we have so much more in common than what divides us, and that we believe in the Constitution. We believe in free and fair elections. We believe that if you lose an election, you go gracefully. We believe in the rule of law. We believe in taking care of each other. We believe in government that works for the people, not for yourself. And this is why we're getting those endorsements, and this is why she's starting to unite the country, and this is why she said that this is not only the most important election in our lifetimes, but this is the most important election in our nation's lifetime. It's the other side. They've shown us who they are. They want to take us back, and we are not going back. And so much of this stuff what they're trying to do with Project 2025 and Dobbs, taking your freedoms away. It's pissing me off. It's making me mad. You should all be mad about this. So we got to stay mad. When I was a courtroom lawyer and I was an athlete, that was my motto: stay mad. It helped me turn that into action and motivation. And it works for elections too. So all these things that they're doing now and all the things that we think they're going to do to us, later. It's all right. We believe in the First Amendment. We all believe in the First Amendment, and that's what we're fighting for. You got every right to speak. We believe in the First Amendment, and that's what we're fighting for. Basic rights. So Kamala's doing her part. She has stepped up in the biggest moments. She has stepped up in the biggest election of our lifetime, and so she is the most badass version of herself right now. So just like she's been there for us, we got to be there for her right now. We are still the underdogs in this race. We can't take anything for granted, but I'm going to have her back every step of the way. So I want you to have her back too. I need you to knock on doors. I need you to make phone calls. I need you to make sure your family and friends are all registered. I also want you to talk about Kamala. Why are you supporting her? These are not just talking points. When I go out there and I go to our offices and they have these scripts, and I'll tell these people, you don't need that. Just put that down. Talk about her. Why are you supporting her? So you're all here. Tell every other Texan that you know, get them out here. Knock on those doors. Tell them about why you're supporting Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Be like Kamala. Be a joyful warrior. Get everyone to register. IWillVote.com. And just like Michelle Obama said at the convention, right? I spoke right before her. No pressure. But she said do something, but she also said, and this is really the point about this voter suppression they're trying, we need to vote in numbers that erase any doubt and overwhelm any effort to suppress us. So let's do what Michelle said, do something, come out in numbers, register, and I'll just, a little shout out to my buddy Tim Walz, who's out there hustling. Now Tim Tim famously said that he is going to work so hard, he's not going to sleep because he said, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Now, Kamala may not like that for me. So I'm going to sleep on November 6th because I want to enjoy when they are President and Vice President Harris and Walz. We got 43 days to save our country. Knock on doors. Make those calls. Go to those offices, Texas. Elect Colin Allred. Democrats up and down the ballot. Send Kamala to the White House. Let's get our country back and move forward. Thank you very much.